1,000, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Oh, how's it going, man? This is embarrassing. Oh, hey, you saw I did over 1,000, right? That's just how I do it. Let's get into the video. Today I wanted to talk about a very interesting quote I heard from one of the greatest stock market investors of all time, Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. What does that quote mean to you? This quote means so much to me, and it should mean so much to you because it talks about one of the most important things people should do. They should have passive income. What Warren Buffett means by this quote is that if you don't make money passively, you'll either A, you'll never be able to retire, and B, you'll never become financially free and you'll always have to work until you die. Now, you might say to yourself, Zach, I got Social Security. I'm good to go. I'm good for retirement. Here's the truth, guys. Social Security is just diminishing the returns that you would get versus that back in the 50s. Inflation is eating it apart. Congress is landlocked and stuck on adding additional funding for Social Security, guys. You can't assume Social Security is going to protect you inside of your retirement. Costs of healthcare and the rising cost of housing and just living in general in society. Counting on Social Security when you're 60, 70, 80 years old is just, you can't count on it anymore. The number one lesson Warren Buffett is trying to show you here is that you should not trade your time for money. Now, if you have a job now, you're 20, 30 years old, he's telling you not to go quit your job or anything. But in the future, when you're 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years old, you should find a way and you need to build up a way where you don't always consistently trade your time for money. What could this mean? Maybe you were a bag boy like I used to be, and I used to trade an hour's worth of work for $8, $7 an hour, scrubbing toilets and bagging groceries. If you find a way to passively make money while you sleep, you will be able to become financially free. You won't have to work until you die. You can retire, and maybe you can retire early in your 20s or 30s. So you're probably asking me one of these questions here is, Zach, how do I make money while I sleep? How do I actually create passive income for myself? And there's truly only two answers for this. So the true two ways you can make passive income and make money while you sleep and you can be able to retire is one of these two things. So the first one is you can either work extremely hard and build a business from the ground up. And then eventually, when you get a team, you become extremely profitable in this business. Now, you're working really hard in the business. It's extremely active. It is not passive income. You will then be able to put a team in and basically put the business on autopilot while you have people managing the team, managing the company and the business, and you don't have to do a thing to it, and it's creating profits for you. That is true passive income. Number two is either you can buy an asset that produces money for you while you sleep passively. So let's break down these two ways and actually how to do each one of them. So let's start about actually how to make passive income by creating a business. Now, there's multiple businesses you can do. I am not going to tell you which one. I am not your guru on this. I can just basically tell you some of the tools on creating passive income, but I can't be the one that teaches you all this stuff. I can teach you one of them pretty well, probably two when it comes to businesses, and then the other stuff I can teach you after. But these are the actual businesses that you can do to create passive income for yourself and that are easily able to be put on autopilot. Either one, you can get very good at drop shipping, either with Amazon or Shopify, and you can actually automate it and have VAs or even managers that are in America to actually partner up with you and do all the active work in that. Again, I can break down more videos on drop shipping. That's basically you go to like Alibaba and you find a product there that someone would want to pay for, and then you list it maybe on Amazon or maybe you list it on your Shopify store and you sell it for a difference. You make a little arbitrage on that. So let's say someone's willing to sell like a really pretty, color changing mug for 20 bucks, and they'll pay $20 for it, and you can buy it on Alibaba for 4 bucks. You send it from Alibaba to that seller, and you make 15 bucks, and you run ads to actually produce traffic on that. That is called drop shipping. And you can do that passively if you create a business where you have partners in there that run the ads for you. You put in the money and you deal with it. You don't actually have to deal with anything. You either have a joint bank account or something like that can actually help you with that. That is a type of business that you can actually do. Now you can do Amazon FBA with that also. And if you have a team and you have things going and it's actually making a profit, you can put that on autopilot. You can actually make sales while you sleep. And that is a very good way to passively make money with the business. So you can either create another business's opportunity you can do is you can actually create a social media marketing agency, also called a SMMA. And that is basically where you run people's social media accounts and you charge them for them. You get clients like that. Now that is all active. You definitely have to find the clients for that. But you can actually get people to do the marketing for you. You can actually have people in the business working for you, and you actually don't have to be calling clients or actually have to do any of that hard work, and you can do it all passively. When you get the right teams and autopilots, obviously you need to start from the ground up and get clients, create a brand like that, and you can start doing it passively by having the right people on your team. Again, you're going to have to build it up from the ground up, but once you get to a certain point, you can get people to hire on team, get a manager, and you can make money while you sleep. Also, from 9 to 5, you don't actually have to work in the business. It's running on autopilot. Again, that is part of systems. I have a million videos I'm going to make about that, but that is another business idea. So the last couple ones are you can actually create a YouTube channel, sort of like what I'm doing here. And on my other channel, Flip with Rick, you should definitely check that one out, is where I actually go deep dive into real estate investing and wholesaling content. You know, that's actually a big coaching company, but you know, on that YouTube page, I've actually have been monetized for a little bit on that one, and I'm actually creating money on that one. It's producing income. I'm getting hundreds and hundreds of views every single day on that, and I haven't even posted a video this week on it yet. And I'm just getting views and views and views on it. Isn't that insane? And so I'm making money while I sleep. I don't have to post a video, and I could still make thousands of dollars just on YouTube monetization on that channel. And so one of my favorite businesses you can actually run passively, more or less. I don't call this one a passive business, but a lot of you guys actually have seen me, or you've actually started with me because you learned that I'm a real estate wholesaler and a real estate investor. Now, real estate wholesaling, in a sense, it is not a passive business at all. You definitely need to be running it and the operations day to day. But I have seen people that have partnered up with huge wholesalers and they've been able to passively make money in that business. But again, it's extremely, extremely hard, and it's very difficult to passively do it hands off like that. You're gonna have to build a brand and build that knowledge base up and maybe get partners that are working in it, checking KPIs. It's kind of like running a McDonald's, honestly. You gotta check it at systems. And then again, you can create any type of business. Like you can start a Subway or a McDonald's franchise, and if you get management and people like that, you can make money while you sleep. You don't have to work a 9 to 5. You can just have people in that business sort of have an autopilot. If you're very good at your systems, you could have a furniture store, a construction company. If you get that on autopilot and you create that business from the ground up, that's a very good way to make passive income on the business side. So that's actually how to make money passively with a business. Only about, I think, 1/4 or maybe 0.5% of all entrepreneurs can even get to that level, even let alone get a point where they're actually making a profit, making them get autopilot and get themselves out of the business to make it passively. Now, this comes to the point where most people are at, which you should focus on, and what I should focus on if you're not running a business or creating something from the ground up. Maybe you have a 9 to 5 job, maybe you're 16, 17 years old and you want to start creating a passive income for yourself. What you should do is you should buy assets that create money without you being in it. So that can either be through stocks or through real estate. So let's break this down a little better. So my number one thing when it comes to stocks and creating passive income is, first, you should always have an index fund. I think if you are not risk oriented too much, just buy a regular index fund. I recommend an S&P 500 one, kind of like VOO or SPY. That will create appreciation and it'll also give you dividends. So the S&P 500, more or less for the past 50 to 100 years, has returned around, I would say between 7 to, on the higher side, 12, maybe even 14% appreciation. That means, let's say I buy the stock for $100, the index fund stock, and next year it's worth $110,000. That would be a 10% appreciation. In 1 year, it's gone up 10%. Also, the reason I like that too is it actually pays you money while you sleep too. This is in the form of dividends. So these are companies that actually pay some of the profits out to you in the index fund. Again, the S&P 500 is the top 500 stocks, all compiled into one index. It's kind of like a basket of stocks, if you can think about it like that. That maybe will pay you 0.9, 0.8% if you're using like a NASDAQ fund, all the way maybe to 1 to 2% if you're using the S&P 500. Again, I recommend buying a little bit if you're younger of the NASDAQ index fund, which is QQQ. Now this goes into getting a little bit more riskier. This is buying individual stocks. Now I own mostly individual stocks because I am very young, risk oriented, and I've made a lot of money doing it. And that is what I usually recommend if you want to start creating true passive income and making more money than versus just the regular index funds. So for example, you can either make the two ways of making money in individual stocks, kind of like you do the index, either through appreciation or dividends. So a big money grab, especially with appreciations, is the nice, sexy stocks. Let's say buying Zoom in February, buying Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, but think about it like this. So if you buy Amazon or you buy Google, they go up maybe 10 to 20% per year. Now, again, the future is different than what has happened in the past, but just think about this year, it's been up about 10, 15%, some of the stocks. I mean, just think about Amazon. It's over 30, 40+% appreciation. It's insane. So that's where you make a lot of the money. You can buy it, and eventually when you're older, you can sell it. You make the money in between while you're sleeping because the company's producing income and creating the stock up in value. Now, the second reason you can do this is if you buy like an Apple or a Microsoft. They have huge, great appreciations, but also they give you a lot of money in the form of dividends. That's usually another 1 to 2% there. So the last part of the stock market where it kind of meets with real estate are Reits, which are real estate investment trusts. These are corporations that hold real estate and they produce cash flow on it, and you can own some of them. So an example is like PSA. That's a great stock right now, especially with this coronavirus going on, which is a public storage. So these are companies that actually own a bunch of public storage facilities and they rent them out. No COVID-19 issues going on too badly with those. Some other ones are like AMT and CCI. Do your research on them. I'll do further breakdowns on those REITs. But that's the way where you can actually own some of the stock market, but also get some real estate extremely passively. The last way to make money that is not the stock market or actually owning a business, which is actually investing in real estate. Now, you can either do it in multiple ways. I think you can do either multifamily real estate or buy single family real estate and rent them out and create true rental income. The really big benefits of owning a rental property is you get the benefits of stocks, which you get appreciation, and then you also get dividends, which come in the form of monthly rent payments. Now, the main cons with this is, trust me, I'm going to go way further in detail with this with more videos, so don't take this as a complete breakdown. But some of the cons, you might have maintenance, taxes, insurance, some liability, and also the headache of a tenant sometimes. Now, that's why a lot of people buying rental properties have property management companies that actually manage the property for a fee. Maybe it's 10% of the monthly rent that actually comes in. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more, depending on how many rental income properties you have. But if I wanted to invest in real estate, maybe a single family home in Florida, because I live in Florida, and rent that one out. Let's say for easy numbers, we buy it for 100 grand. We put a standard 20% down payment on it, and then we get a loan for the 80 grand. Then we'd be paying mortgage every month. We'll have a renter in there. They'll pay the mortgage and they'll pay a little extra on that, whatever the market rent value is. Please check out some more videos on actually how to value these properties for rentals. But again, you will actually make a profit doing this, especially if you're doing it by yourself. Again, there's headaches, there's taxes, there's liability issues, there's maintenance, but again, you will make a pretty hefty profit if you do it correctly. And it's very easy to do it right if you know what you're doing. And you get the rental income every month, you'll pay the maintenance, other fees like that, you'll make a pretty good profit. Now that comes into more of a form of how much I'm going to make on that. That could be from 8 to 10%, and then you get appreciation depending on your city. It could be upwards of 4, 5, 6%, but usually it's between that, 2 to 4%, especially where I am in Florida. So guys, that is it. That is actually how to make true passive income and actually make money while you sleep. There's only 2 real ways to do it, either with a business or you buy an asset that pays you, real estate, stocks, Reits, or you can actually own a business and automate it. Those are the true ways to make money while you sleep. Again, you guys need to be focusing on this. I don't care if you have $500 and you buy a stock to do it, or you put the $500 in creating a business or a YouTube channel. Get going on making money while you sleep and you will become financially free if you work at it hard. Thank you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And again, if this was something that you like, please comment below what you liked about the video, any questions about it, and I will 100% go and answer it. Thank you guys so much and have a great day.